Welcome. It's my pleasure to introduce and welcome everybody to the SME New York section meeting. And I thank Tim and others for allowing me a few minutes to talk a little bit about SME. SME's New York section is really important to the many of the works that go on in New York for the society. And I hope to share a few things with you that SME is involved in. But in the meantime, I also want to thank Shearman and Sterling. Without their support and help, it would be difficult for us to have this program for you. So thank you, Sherman and Sterling. All right. The Society for Mining, Metallurgy, and Exploration is a professional society. We're located in Inglewood, Colorado, and we have around 14,000 members at the present time. Most of our professionals are involved in mining or the minerals community in some format. And most of our members are engineers, geologists, metallurgists, educators in the industry, or students and researchers. We certainly have other professionals in the industry that are members of the organization, and we welcome your participation in the organization as well. SME serves the mining resources and underground construction communities for a sustainable future. And this being our mission, I wanted to point out the underground construction for you because it's a big part of our membership in the New York area, particularly. All of the SME's members that are in underground construction have worked many of the subway projects and other activities underground in the New York area. SME's vision is to be the premier community, building a better world through mining, metallurgy, and exploration. Just as a brief history, a member society of AIME and the Petroleum Engineers, SME's roots date back to 1871 when a handful of coal mining engineers founded AIME in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. SME has continued to evolve over the years, and we continue to stay abreast of industry changes. You can see here that SME has 8 divisions, and you can note that the years that those divisions were established. SME is the only mining industry that really covers the entire segments of the mining community, whether they be hard rock, coal, industrial minerals, aggregates, etc. SME does cover the whole gambit of the mining community. We also have a set of core values that are important to the organization. The number one core value being safety. Safety is important to the industry, and it really should be our number one value as an organization. Other values include stewardship, excellence, inclusion, ethics, innovation, and collaboration. All of these are important to our organization, and our board of directors have established these really as the values that we try to live by as an organization, and we try to share those with our industry friends. Our most recent strategic plan that's hopefully going to take us through about 2025 includes 4 important pillars for SME: our association growth, industry innovation, responsible mining and underground construction, and industry workforce. All 4 of these areas have a strategic committee that work these 4 areas for the organization on a regular basis. Our association growth leads to amalgamating the community to a better world. We don't see this as an opportunity necessarily to grow the membership in the organization. We really see this as an outreach to other organizations, other groups, to increase our partnerships, share best practices, enhance inclusivity within the organization, and then improve our engagement opportunities with not just our local sections and student chapters, but with other organizations as well. Our industry innovation, our goal is to be the venue of first choice for disseminating research leading to innovation and encouraging its applications in mining and underground construction. If you're familiar with the organization, we have numerous publications. The most important one is our Mining Engineering magazine, and each month that is our leading publication that goes to all members of the society, which highlights all aspects of the industry, which includes technical papers, it includes publication articles and other activities within the organization that we're involved in. We obviously want to improve research and provide opportunities for people to publish their research, as well as opportunities for disseminating and involving the application of innovations so that we can share those details and continue to evolve the industry. Industry workforce, mining, metallurgy, and exploration underground construction are preferred career choices. As some of you probably know, or everyone knows, right now workforce is a big challenge inside of the mining industry, inside of the underground construction industry, and we need to recruit and retain more people with the skill levels and the knowledges that we need to promote and further the interests of the mining industry. We want to certainly stabilize program capacity at the universities. There's opportunity for growth in students. There's opportunities for additional faculty, et cetera, as we continue to work with our mining, engineering, and metallurgical schools. We want to increase programs to recruit and maintain workers. And then finally, we really want to focus in on some of our early career workforce folks. If we can keep them for the first 5 years or so, there's a good chance that they'll stay in the industry for their career. But getting them through the first 5 years can sometimes be a challenge as they adapt to the industry. Environmental stewardship, which is responsible mining and underground construction, is recognized. SME is recognized as the premier resource for information on responsible mining and underground construction. We certainly want to ensure that we disseminate information and the importance of ESG and other responsible mining practices. We want to provide access to information about those practices. We want to maintain development of technical briefing papers. We do some political briefing papers as well, and regulatory issues, especially on the hot topics within the industry. We want to increase knowledge transfer of storage and tailings stewardship. As many of you all know, tailings is a big issue in this industry right now. And we have a tailings working group inside of the organization that's about to put out a major book, as well as other activities and products that members can access to better and further their knowledge of tailings practices. And then finally, we want to promote publishing of peer-reviewed papers. Our MME, which is Mining, Metallurgy, and Exploration Journal, is a book that is completely peer-reviewed. And unlike our mining engineering book, which is not peer-reviewed, this book here provides opportunities for those that wish to be peer-reviewed to be published in an academic journal. A couple of upcoming events for SME. You can see we have some programs still coming up in Texas and Arizona this fall. And then in 2022, I've got the Fox Conference, which is going to be held in New York City. It's an underground construction focused program. We'll be holding that on January 18th. We have the annual SME Conference and Expo coming up in February this year, 27 March 2nd in Salt Lake. And then finally, we have some other regional technical conferences later in the year. I encourage you all, if those are of interest to you, to find those on the SME website, and you can get much more information and details about those events. You know, one of the things that's changed a lot inside of SME is our business model. When I first became executive director in 2004, we had lots of face-to-face meetings, but our meetings and membership and publications revenue was about a third. And we were about a $3.5 million organization. Fast forward to just before COVID in 2019, early 2020, we had more than 60% of our revenue coming from meetings and virtual webinars, and 40% from all the other sources within the organization, whether that be membership, magazines, books, other activities there. And we were generally around 12, 13 million in revenue. What's the future hold? Obviously, we want to increase member value more than anything else. Members are support your organization because of your mission, but they buy your value, and so we want to make sure that we provide great value for our members, and hopefully that will maintain their membership in the organization as we work back to being 12 million after the slowdown from the COVID effects in the last 2 years or so. Some of the things that we're also doing to engage members on a more regular basis is we're offering division coffee breaks, new member orientations. We've even had division cocktail hours and locals and supported local section events that virtually within the organization in the last 2 years ago. In the last 2 years or so, these really have increased our personal connections with people, and it's a great opportunity to just have all kinds of conversation about industry things and how things are affecting our organization and the mining community and whatnot. So as we try to maintain and improve our member benefits, we're going to increase our webinar offerings. We're going to maintain our live events. Obviously, our live events will be restricted based on whatever government regulations might be in place in that city, state, or town. We're going to continue to do hybrid events and virtual events. One of the fascinating opportunities that happened this year was the fact that we had to hold our annual conference virtually, and we had a greater attendance from those from outside of the United States. And that was a welcome change as more and more people took advantage of the knowledge sharing that SME can provide as an organization. And finally, my last slide here, we want you to stay current. We want to provide professional opportunities. We want you to expand your network. And finally, we want you to advance your career. So I hope that this has been useful to those that might not be familiar with SME. And again, if you want to learn more about SME and some of our activities or products, please feel free to see us at www.smenet.org. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the conference.